Hello everybody, welcome you all back to my next tutorial on Android framework components. And by the way, this is Dimple here. So today we will go through the bug report.txt file and we will see what are the different contents in that bug report, what are the different types of logs, different types of information we can get. So this is how our bug report looks like. Initially, we can see the dump state, that is, it will print the date and timestamp at which bug report was created. Then we can see the build, what is the build number from the device from where bug report was taken, what is the build fingerprint, here it is from Google's fingerprint. Also, we can see kernel related information like what is the kernel version, all those data we can see, followed by bug report format version 1.0. This is also present in version.txt. Now onwards, you start getting the information. Dumps is meminfo. So all the memory related information of every process running in your emulator. So there will be hundreds of processes running in the emulator, and memory information of every process will be dumped here in this bug report. So whichever process you're interested in, you can go through. I had already done few tutorials on memory related issues, meminfo. In that, I have already told what is the use of this dumpsys meminfo and what is the meaning of each of these fields. So if we want to take memory information related to a particular process or all the process, we have to run that command. ADB shell dumps meminfo command we have to run. Here, if we take bug report, all these data will be present once only. No need to run any commands. So we can see for Nexus launcher, this is the process name, and for that process, this is the memory information. What is the total memory? All those things will come to know. For every process, memory information will be there. So this is for Google quick search box. This is the memory information. If we scroll down, we can come to know which process is taking more memory. Where is our memory getting occupied? So here it is com example object allocation. This is one application which I had written. So that is taking again 14153 MB of memory, sorry, KB of memory. And we can see PID also, the process ID for each of the process. For example, your android.gms.persistent process ID is 4252. Each process ID will come to know process name and how much memory that each process is taken. So this is a very large file. This will go on hundreds of processes, each process meminfo. So I'll directly skip here to the line which we are interested. So we till now we saw memory information of every process. Now we can see memory information of the entire Android emulator. So there is total of 1548596 KB and free memory is 280120. How much is allocated? High free, low free, swap free. All this we can come to know. What is the memory available? What is the memory occupied by buffers? How much is cached? All these details we can come to know. Next, I'll be going to line number 377. So because this is a huge file, I have jotted down few line numbers which is of our interest. So now dump Dalvik stack. So all the Dalvik related information it will dump here. All those details we can get here. It will dump histograms, all such details. So we can get details of Dalvik threads also. what are the different threads running, what are the state of each thread, what is the thread id, what is the process or priority of that thread. We all know threads will have priority, right? 1 to 10, where 10 is the maximum, 1 is the minimum. So what kind of thread it is? So here you can see main thread has priority 5 and thread id 1. It is a native thread. So all this information about each thread we will come to know. Okay, see your thread state is sleeping and it has priority 5. Okay, we'll move on. 99487. So here we'll come to know details of all the hidden packages. Which are the packages which are hidden in your emulator? All such details we will come to know. What are the install permissions? What are the given permissions? We would have given few permissions for certain apps, right? So what are the given permission? What are the permission required to install those packages? Each and every permission which we have given, everything we can see here. Android permission, all these things we can see. And also what are the optional libraries we have used, what are the dynamic libraries we have used, all these details we can see. We can also see dumps of CPU information. So dumps of all the different processes, CPU, memory, power, everything will be here at once. So CPU information will come to know which process is using more CPU. Right now this process COM example object allocation, that is using the highest CPU, that is 136%. Then in the same order we can come to know all the different processes and the part of the CPU they are using. So system server is using 4.5%, like that. So each and every process we can come to know. Then I have moved to line number 8498 where the system log starts. The normal ADB logcat, when you take whatever logs you get, system beginning of main, all these logs will start. So the normal logcat logs are also present in addition to additional details like dumps, process information, all those. You can find normal logs too. So here system logs, we all know, right? There are different types of logs: main logs, system logs, event logs, kernel logs. So here beginning of main logs, we could see all these are main logs. Then we could see system logs, which are the different types of system logs. All these we can see. Then also we can see event logs, beginning of events. All these are event logs. We can again see beginning of main logs, system logs, all these different types of logs we can see. So let's continue analyzing the bug reports. Next we will go to line number 93217. So 93217 we can see all the AppOp permissions which are needed, permissions with write underscore settings, and permissions with system alert window, which apps are using this particular permission. Okay, previous video we saw which are the permissions used by the processes. Now we can see each permission, how many processes are using that particular permission. For example, here access notification only a settings app is using, like that. Okay, we'll move on. 93263. Okay, here we can see details of content providers. What are the different content providers available? All those process name it's listing. And I just noted down the line numbers because this is very big file and going through each and everything will be very hectic job. So the important parts I'm going through, y'all can collect bug reports and y'all can play with it, explore it more, and you all will come to know what type of information is present in these bug reports. So here I'm getting the details of all the processes running in my emulator. So basically if we want to know the details of all the processes running in your device or emulator, we can use ADB shell command, ADB shell packages PM list packages. So if we run that command, we will come to know all the packages installed, what are the processes running, all these details. So if we collect bug report directly, we can get to know all these details. We can come to know details of shared users also. Shared user means two users, two application sharing the resources, one resource being shared by two applications. That is the meaning of shared users. So we can see user ID, install permissions, user 0, what are the runtime permissions given to user 0, all these things we can get to know. Okay. Next, we can see information about settings and configuration. So, in your settings application, what are the different settings we have made? We can see decouple HAL. We have made it false. All the different settings you have given, we can see all that. For example, your sleep timeout is -1, and screen off timeout is so and so time, and what is the maximum screen dim duration, screen brightness, all these different settings which we have done, doze mode, wake up mode, all these things we can see here. Next we'll be going to 101236. Okay, here we can see dump of power. So previously we saw about memory. So every process dump data will be there. I'm just showing what are the important things here. So we saw memory and here it's power. So all the battery level, the dock state, boot completed, is system ready, all these tags, value of these tags, is display ready after your boot complete, all these will come to know from this power dumps. Next we'll go to 101432. Okay, here we'll see dumps of different procs, the stats of different procs. So every process we can come to know details. Sorry, that was go to 84469. So here we can see the features of our emulators under the features tag. So we can see Android hardware sensor. What are the features of my emulator hardware features? Sensor proximity sensor is there, accelerometer is there, fake touch is there, USB accessory, backup, touchscreen. All these different features we can come to know. So for your device, the features will definitely vary, and for my device, these are the features. Libraries, we can come to know what are the different libraries being used by your emulator. Next, we'll see 84585. Okay, 84585 was features again. Okay, sorry. Next, we'll go to 84638. So here we can see activity resolver table. We know, right, when we jump from one activity to another activity, there is a stack which holds which activity is on the top. It will refer to the top activity, and it will also hold details about the below activities in the stack, right? It should have a pointer from which activity I launched which activity. If I press back button, where I should go, all that is maintained in a table, and we will come to know all the activities of your emulator in this particular table, emulator or device. Here in the case I have taken emulator as an example. So this was about what are the data content present in the bug report. Basically, you will take logs through ADB Logcat. That is the most commonly used, and ADB Logcat will not contain all the data. We have to capture dump data separately. If we want to know all the processes running, we have to again run a different command. If we want battery related information, again we have to dump battery related data there. So what is the major use of this bug report? It is like a wholesale log. It will contain all the data. It will contain kernel data, main logs, system logs, event logs, memory information, power related information, your device hardware related information, everything at one file. It will just put all this information. So anytime you have any issue, you want to know the device configuration, device settings or anything, just take bug report. It will be very very easy. It is a one place stop which will give you all the required information. So that is what I wanted to show you all today. What are the information present in bug report? So this file is little large, it may be confusing. So in my next tutorial, I'll be using a tool to segregate different types of logs, how to make the bug report analysis more easier. So looking forward to meet you all in my next tutorial. Until then, everyone take care. See you all soon. Bye.